Hi, I'm Nick Burdine with Wood-Mizer Customer Service. I've been with the company for about 15 years. Today we're going over the LT15 drive belt tension. Now this is going to be the same whether it's an LT15 on the ground or the 15 go. Also, when you jump to the 28 and the LT35, they're going to be the same checking, adjusting, setting the drive belt tension. This particular machine is going to be a 1/2 inch deflection with 14 pounds of force. When you jump to the LT28 and the LT35, they're going to be 7/16 deflection with the 14 pounds of force. And I'm going to show you on this gauge here how we're going to check that. Right now my O-ring is set at 1/2 inch for a 1/2 inch deflection. Now if we were doing an LT28 or an LT35, we would want to set this at 7/16 so that we're only deflecting that blade or that belt 7/16 of an inch. And then this end here is going to read our poundage. That we always want to make sure we're at 0 when we start, but it'll show you on here that it's reading in the pounds how many pounds we're deflecting that thing, and this is spring loaded here, so this O-ring is going to stop at wherever you get your 7/16 or 1/2 inch deflection at. So we're going to want to take a straight edge on here. Make sure that straight edge bottoms out against your housing here, or if you've got a thin enough one, you can go all the way down here to your drive side wheel, but you want to make sure it comes over top of this wheel on this side here. And then we've got this at 0, this O-ring at 1/2 inch. I'm going to hold this end of it, so when I deflect this halfway in between those wheels, that my straight edge does not deflect with my belt. So we're going to deflect it that 1/2 inch with the O-ring there. Watching the gap right here for our 1/2 inch deflection. Release it and read the poundage on my other O-ring here on the top. That's saying 14 pound. That's exactly how the proper tension on this drive belt is 1/2 inch deflection with 14 pounds of force. Now we're going to show you on the back side over here how we set that drive belt if it doesn't have the proper tension on it. Now we're going to show you how we're going to set that drive belt tension to that if we're too low, too high, however you might be there. Right now we have it engaged. If, say, we were too low out there on the drive belt tension, we'd want to loosen this top nut here, tighten this bottom one, so that we're pushing more pressure on that drive belt with the drive belt engaged. And then after you make a little bit of adjustment, it'll go a long ways on there. So just make a couple flats here, tighten this bottom one, make sure they're snug back against one another there on the block here. And then go back on the other side and check it again. So just make small adjustments, go back and check, come back, make another small adjustment if need be. Just go back and forth like that until on the LT15 you have 1/2 inch deflection, 14 pounds of force. And if you have any questions from there, you can get a hold of us here at Wood-Mizer. Thanks.